recruitment meeting on Friday.
I know, I heard of that. Is it focused?
Is it recording?
Yes, recording.
Okay. Yeah, so our first recording, we ran out of space, so now we're going to do it really boring all over again. Hooray.
Okay, so I am the discussion facilitator, she's the passage master, and both of these are the researcher. Okay, so on page 8, what is the irony for the American Army when Billy's and Roland's words being captured by German war correspondent? So the irony in this case is that the American Army is really wealthy in the resources, but then they're kind of poor when it comes to the war. What do you guys think of Billy's war buddies who wouldn't let him die when Billy constantly wanted to kill himself?
Well, they cared about him, even though he was a horrible person to them.
Yeah.
So they had some kind of heart, although Roland dude was kind of messed up.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on young people in the age range of 14 years old or younger participating in wars?
They shouldn't, because they're going to lose their whole life. And
You're
they have
saying
the
that like
post-traumatic.
14 and younger? What about? It just makes me think like 4-year-olds trying to like hold guns, like big
Although, like,
shotguns.
there wasn't anybody younger than 14 in here, except for that one German guard
Yeah.
dude.
No, it's just you're like younger than 14. It makes me think of 4-year-olds with machine guns.
I feel like that's probably, this sounds awful, but I feel like it'd be like entertaining to watch 4-year-olds like fight each other in a mini war.
As long as they don't have real guns and knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could also like ruin their minds, their head.
Yeah, they could.
Make them have bad memories.
Okay, what are 3 possible themes of this book?
3 possible themes.
War is bad. If
The
that's even a theme.
your like fatalism, everything you've got a fate, and everything you can't do anything about it. That's your fate. That you can't change it.
What? Did you say
'Cause-
fatalism?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
I didn't know that was real.
Okay, what do you guys think of money can be a great comfort sometimes, said by Rosebud?
You can have a better quality of life. You don't have to worry about some things.
And it is. Yes.
It's very comforting to have money.
Okay, so page 163, Howard W. Camp.
Oh, on the top of the money though, like if you make a money blanket or like a money pillow, you could like snuggle up with your money pillow, and it could be comforting.
Or if you had money, you can go out and buy a ginormous, comfy.
But why would you do that when you have a money pillow? And like, bitch.
Money's uncomfortable.
Okay, so page 163, Howard W. Campbell Jr. is an American who would have become a Nazi in this book. What do you guys think of his description of the American flag's colors? Blue is for the American flag, white is for the race that pioneered.
Well, blue is for the American flag. Seems
Sky.
kind of weird.
Blue is for the American sky.
Oh.
I can read it. You said
Yeah.
it wrong.
White is for the race that pioneered the continent, drained the swamps, and cleared the forests, and built the roads and bridges. Red is for the blood of the American patriots, which was shed so gladly in years gone by.
I mean, it's kind of accurate. Although like red is like blue is like valiance, and like white is like purity, and like red is like valiance, and like colors.
Did you say Valiance twice?
I said it. Well, valiance. No, I said it 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you were a soldier, how would you feel when on battlefield? How would you feel, Bill?
Wait, what did you say?
I'm sorry, how would you feel, Will, if you were a soldier on battlefield?
Scared? I don't know.
Spooktacular.
That sounds like it'd be positive though.
What about you, Will?
I wouldn't enjoy it.
Okay, so when asked to surrender by your opponents, would you do it in order to live?
Heck yeah. Please.
What did you say?
If you, when asked to surrender by your opponents, would you do it in order to live?
Maybe. Depends.
Yes, probably. But it depends.
Okay.
If we could fight back, then no.
Why do you guys think O'Hare's wife Mary was mad when Billy was talking about his war experience with O'Hare?
Because she doesn't want them to she doesn't want little wimps to exaggerate their heroism. Like wimps like Weary. He would go home and be like, I'm a valiant hero with the 3 musketeers, when he was really a cowardly who got died.
Okay, so why does Billy keep talking about the alien word?
Trial from
door.
Trial from the door. Okay. Trial from the door.
Because that's like maybe his PTSD was like his new outlook on life. And that's his philosophy and his religion and his brain and his alien minds.
Maybe it's just too interesting for him to comprehend.
Okay. What do you guys think of the sex reference on page 94? They were adored by the Germans who thought they were exactly what Englishmen ought to be.
Well, they were what Englishmen ought to be. Germans were surprised that British people were like real people like they were, and they probably just didn't realize that most British people are nice people.
Why do you
Unlike
think
those filthy Americans.
Okay.
we're filthy Americans then?
I'm not. I'm actually more British than American. Oh, snap.
That doesn't change anything. You're still
I'm part American.
you,
That makes me just sound dumb by saying that. I was trying to make a joke, but I sounded like seriously offended.
Okay. What do you think Billy keeps thinking about, thinking back to his experience as a soldier?
PTSD and his time traveling whale.
It's like one of those traumatic events you can't stop thinking about.
Okay, let's say that you're 45 years old now and your parents are very old now. Would you put them into an old people's home?
If they could take care of themselves, no. Yes.
What about you?
The same. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. And then your turn.
Let's just make sure we're still recording. I don't want to take any more chances. Yeah. I
Okay.
think.
Oh, and I should mention, because it's in the other video, but not this one, I left all my stuff at home because I'm stupid. But I did not save it to like 2, like
Also, like, my dad was an extra in the movie of this book.
Anyway, continue with your guys' thing so we can get this done.
Okay, so, I will speed read the thing. Do you want
Don't
to do your
speed
thing?
read, just read it so we can have a normal conversation so this doesn't look very weird.
But it is weird.
It's
Just
so
look at the way I'm sitting.
okay,
This is weird.
okay, sit like a normal person.
Okay, Kurt fought in World War II and experienced most of the war events
Okay,
described in this
slow
book.
down. We're supposed to have a conversation.
You know what? Last time I listed them all too, and we didn't really have much of a conversation about.
Let's actually have a conversation then.
He was captured by the Germans in the Battle of the Bulge in 1944. Cool. He described the hunt for bodies at Dresden as a terribly elaborate Easter egg hunt.
Wait, what?
He described the hunt for bodies at Dresden as a terribly elaborate Easter egg hunt.
That makes sense.
Like, what if we actually sent little kids on an Easter egg hunt, but actually had them look for bodies?
That would be sad.
I'd rather not. Like, where would you get the dead bodies too?
From Dresden, of course.
True.
Hey, I'm calling all wars. We want some free bodies. And he did work in a malt syrup factory as a prisoner in Dresden. And he was awarded a Purple Heart for his actions. And as he said it, it was because he got frostbite. And it's the second lowest decoration an American can get. The Dresden bombings took place over 3 days from February 13th to 15th, 1945. Well, the book makes it sound like it was like 1 day, an instant. And death tolls have been estimated around 25,000, although the German government and others have given exaggerated numbers of 200,000 or more. I think the author mentioned like 150,000 or something, which is still way bigger than the actual 25,000. According to the U.S. Air Force Historical Division, the city of Dresden did have some significance in the war effort, unlike what the book states. There were poison gas, gun, and electrical goods factories, as well as military barracks. The U.S. prisoner of war said he saw thousands of German troops, tanks, and artillery in the rail yards. The city's railroad lines were also converging points for lines from many major cities, such as Berlin and Prague, making it an important transportation hub. So it did have more importance than the book says it does, as to why it was targeted. And Dresden was bombed by U.S. and British forces with limited German resistance. 7 planes were the only casualties on the Allied side, as the city had no defenses except for outside German military intervention. So how does what you know about the author help you understand the book? Provide specific examples. On page 198, Billy has a conversation with dude in the hospital about war and why war happens, and like, well, that's the way it is, and it kind of has to happen that way, is the gist of the conversation. And That's probably a conversation that Kurt had in real life, Mr. Vonnegut did. And another thing, on page 159 to 160, it says, another true thing that Billy saw while he was unconscious and all the work that he and others had to do in Dresden during the month before the city was destroyed, while washed windows and swept floors and cleaned laboratories and put jars in the boxes and sealed cardboard boxes in the factory that made malt syrup. And that's a true thing because the author says it's a true thing that Billy saw, and it's a true thing, therefore it must be true.
What's the true thing?
But Billy saw. He saw and worked and did the malt factory things.
I had no idea what you said because you said like.
And what is the context, place, topic, or event in the book? The bombing of Dresden is relevant since that is the main event in the book. The book revolves around it, as well as other aspects of World War II soldier life. So it's everything is relevant in this book because the aliens. How does the book enrich or add to your research understanding of the topic? The book gives us first-hand experience of into soldier life of World War II and the jobs that the author did, such as working in the syrup factory. Page 213 provides most insight where author describes first person what some of his experiences in Dresden were like, kind of an epilogue thing directly from his point of view. And in page 125, people are having an absolute shit fest in the laboratories, and the author says he was there off in the corner, the guy pooping in a bucket was him. And some interesting points to ponder is that some of the characters in this book also appeared in other books of Vonnegut's, characters such as Elliot Rosewater and Kilgore Trout. Okay.
Stop throwing your book. Your book is already like distressed enough.
Well, it has to be cool somehow.
I really hope you have to pay for that.
How would I have to pay for it? I didn't add any
I don't
more.
know. Shush. You have to pay for it.
Okay, Kurt
You paid for it.
Vonnegut
You checked it out.
was a prisoner of war in Dresden when the Allies bombed the city, just like the character, whatever his name was.
Which character?
Billy.
Oh,
Billy.
yeah, Billy.
Okay, he was born on November 11th, 1922 and died on April 11th, 2007. He was, the character's Billy's son fought in Vietnam, and Vietnam War was going on during that time. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. That's all, folks. Should we go to the library and like return our books now? All
I
at
don't
once?
have my book. But yeah, please return your books. I don't want to have to pay